Okay. I think your style is a little bit more like you keep your options open and be a bit more explorative as you are at the early stage, right?
Yeah.
So, even in education, we also want our students to be more easily adaptable to working with other experts of other areas. And then we have this thing we emphasize that's called multidisciplinary, right? So I think if you're, at the end of the day, if you're more adaptable in many situations, then you're less likely to be extinct. For example, your specialization is disrupted. Maybe it becomes obsolete already. People no longer want this kind of specialization, and then you don't know where to go, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I personally disagree also to have myself constrained in to be just a person, for example, specialize in residential, for example. For me, I'm not afraid to take on different fields like retail, offices, schools, or even other categories that requires my creativity input. So instead of I want people to find it because they like my, I like people to find it because they like my aesthetic. So and my aesthetic are so universal. So who knows, right? One day, right, I'll do furniture design, lighting, or even fashion.
So what Cayenne is trying to say is that she's willing to explore any opportunities that's given to her. So it's not just ID. So you get the hint, huh? Let's say if there's clients viewing now, I think you guys can see that she's hinting you guys already. Just bring anything in.
Plus, we are currently actually planning on an online ID service to share our ideas, inspiration, probably tips and tricks as well, and then also to share what is the market demand right now. So let me know below the comments if you guys are all interested, and we'll just organize another live session.
Oh my god, are we having a Moxie Academy coming soon? Please count me in. I did. Okay, so there is a list of awards that I see here. Cayenne has won over the years. There's this Asian designer magazine describing you as spellbinding spectrum. You know what does that mean?
Fancy name. So it's just like a passion in colors, sort of.
So they're talking about your colors actually.
Yeah.
Because today I was so curious, I go check out what is spellbinding. So spellbinding is like holding one's attention completely as though it's by magic. So the way you play with color is very attractive to them. So it's quite a compliment there, right? Okay, let me tell you guys the list of awards that she has, okay? First one is Best Commercial Design, Dotty Award 2019. There is a short list for a Malaysian Institute of Interior Designer 2019. And then there's a Gold Award of Commercial category. And then there's a Silver Award for Residential category. And then there's this Top 10 MIKEdotTALK saying that she has a top 10 interior design firm in Malaysia 2018. That's crazy. And there's this last one, which I am very curious about. Successful People in Malaysia 2020 by British Media. What is that?
That's actually, there's like a book, right? It's as thick as dictionary. So it's like pages, with successful people in Malaysia. So actually I got the opportunity to be inside that book. So probably it's available in libraries right now.
So you're inside a dictionary,
Sort of.
That is crazy, man. So among all these awards, right, which one is the most memorable to you?
Oh, okay. I would say probably the Gold Award in Commercial category. So I actually submitted this project called Bluefix Showroom. So this particular project actually won us quite a number, like 2 to 3 awards, just that project alone. So it got me really surprised. Like, wow, what have I done to deserve all this? Very memorable.
Okay, Cayenne, you know what? My students always get quotes from successful people so that they can use it as an inspiration, or maybe they just use it as their Instagram post. Okay, so since you coined the Successful People of Malaysia 2020, I would like you to give us a quote right now.
Sure. Okay. Design is an opportunity to tell the story and how that story portrays in the space. Good or not?
Design is an opportunity to tell the story and how the story portrays in the space. Maybe you can elaborate a little bit more?
I would say, right, yeah, storytelling is very important in a space. You don't want a space that looks very cold and not memorable. So being memorable in a space, it's very crucial. So you have to really know, right, this space contains story. That's my opinion. Yeah.
Okay, remember guys, you heard it in my show first. I absolutely agree with that. I always ask the student, right, and I tell them your space has to tell the story of the person staying inside. Or if let's say it's a retail, it doesn't only talk about the brand, but also the people who is working in it. So no wonder all your projects look so individual and deeply personal to your clients. Maybe after this, they can go check out your website and they can see that everything is just so different. Okay, you have different clients and then they all have different preferences. So is your inspiration infinite? Like, do you ever get stuck at all? I think one of our friends just now, they asked you a question like, can you share us a tip? How do you get inspiration?
Sure. Okay, we do encounter clients who come to us and say, hey, I have very little requirements. As long as it's practical, just design whatever you want. Or we have people that come to us, clueless, and then they say, hey, take my keys, do whatever you like to the house. Those are the clients that we really love. Full trust, right? So we do have people who come to us and say, I have pictures, I have really strong ideas, I know what I want, right? So in this scenario, we will go through all the details and deeper meaning. What does that particular concept means to them? So is that about aesthetic, or is that about memories or things they love from the traveling experience? Yeah, and then through conversations, so we actually narrow down, and also we sometimes counter propose as well to provide them more solutions and to think this in different perspective. So our job as designer is always to make sure the concept flows to the space, and also we set clear directions.
Okay, we have students here, right? So maybe I capture a word called counter propose. Maybe you can tell them more what actually counter propose is.
Yeah. Sure. Okay, counter propose. Sometimes when people come to you, right, they always show you pictures. So probably the pictures, they don't gel much together. Like different concept, it's very scattered. So as a designer, we must always able, to present to client, tell them the best solution. How we can summarize all this to a much more whole concept. Yeah. So always counter propose.
So maybe they show you a bunch of pictures, but then it's kind of like Roja.
Yeah.
And it doesn't actually, that it's gonna come out as a disaster maybe, and then you kind of propose your own and you counter it back to them.
Correct. Guide them through the process.
I think students should also try this. Sometimes they propose their design and it's sort of rejected. They could actually, revise it, and then they come back to counter propose to their lecturer. Treat them as the clients. Right? But I like how you take time to understand and listen to your clients and what means the most to them, instead of throwing them a pre-made template, because I think there are companies out there that just shows a template and said, okay, choose, right? So also I think you're lucky that you have clients who just throw you the keys and leave it to you.
Yeah.
I guess you must have portrayed the right image or attract the right people on your website. That's what I feel.
Probably, I'm not sure. Yeah. So it's actually very fun. To design is very fun. And then you have people to check out your work and say, hey, I love your aesthetic and how you approach design. So I really truly appreciate to be able to meet clients who trust me. So therefore, it's very important, right, for you yourself to introduce yourself. And then tell them why are you so passionate about interior design. Tell them what makes you different. So you also have to always tell them, right, it's very important to able to link with your client. You have this really special chemistry so that they know that they will be very comfortable to leave their home, the shop or office, the project to you to design.
Now I'm confirmed that you're sending them the right message and you're attracting the right people. It's true, I agree about the chemistry part. Instead of just talking about budgets and work, sometimes you want to talk about what's the whole process is going to be like and be very clear. Earlier, I heard you talk about Pinterest in your work, right? So I'm actually pretty resistant to let my students use Pinterest, as they might fall into something we call a Pinterest trap. So since they're all here today, I tell you guys this thing. Sometimes all your designs end up looking the same because you go follow Pinterest. But Cayenne also used Pinterest, but her design all come out very differently. So this is a question I want to ask her. What is the better way to navigate around that?
Oh, okay. Pinterest is our god. Oh god, okay. I believe many designers, right, and even myself, rely a lot on Pinterest to look for ideas and inspirations, right? So when I spotted something that I really like over Pinterest, it is very important to continue research and dig deeper. You know, always ask yourself multiple questions. Like for example, who is the company behind? You know, who's the designer behind this work of art? You know, where and when is that built? You know, from there, right, you will actually link and you will actually slowly discover more and more inspiring work. You know, so always equip yourself with knowledge, and you have to see more works over and over again. Yeah. So back to your question, right? You asked me whether I got stuck or not in designing, right? So the truth is, I don't think I got stuck in design ideas for a while now. Yeah. So if I do, I would actually generate a lot of bubble diagrams and mind mappings, and I'll do a lot of sketches as well, and then even start to look really deeper in research. You know, sometimes, right, if you daydream also, you can spark inspirations.
Daydream. I don't know how to daydream like that. I mean, when I daydream, right, my wife will stare at me and then she's like, "What are you thinking?" Then I said, "No, I'm just thinking." And then what are you hiding from me? So I cannot. Okay, just aside. I think the key to using, from what you tell me, I think the key to using any platforms, including Pinterest, is not to use them as the sole sole source of information. Use it as a clue, right? Get some keywords, and then you kind of spread out to all the other places. So no matter you guys are using Pinterest or design.com, Arc Daily, right? Don't use that as your sole Bible kind of thing. It's like spread it out.
Yes.
Everyone's laughing about me joking about the wife stuff now. All right, so we have a lot of questions here. So let me check it out. Have you ever wanted to give up before? Wow.
Oh, definitely. I think everybody they have this moment of down moment where they feel really not appreciated, and then they feel sometimes it's about lack of confidence as well. I think it's very important, right, to always refresh yourself. You know, sometimes you overwork or you burn out. Just go freshen up. You know, go for like a travel, go somewhere.
Okay, but I also heard that you're actually quite a hardcore machine, right? You don't really rest. Sometimes you like really work it out.
Oh, no. yes, I travel, to be honest. Yeah.
You're very determined on that. There's one that Vera here said, have you been good in conversing since little, or did you come by time experience? Any advice for shy upcoming designers?
Oh, okay, good one. You know, when I was younger, right, probably secondary school, I think I did a lot of self-talking in front of mirror. Legit real. I was just stand in front of mirror and I keep talking.
Last time don't have selfie cam.
Yeah, it's really working. I think it was it's a tip from an English teacher. One Agnes. She's my English teacher, and then she said, "You legit, just look at the mirror and talk."
It's your English
and that also
teacher.
helps because I've been really active, participated in a lot of things when I was younger. Tried to become like a group leader or something like that. It helps a lot, lah.
I think I can share with them a little bit too, because I was a shy kid. I think you guys don't believe I was a really shy kid. I'm the background guy. Like I do the work in the background and then someone presents it. But also I was encouraged by my English teacher. I think that was a time that sparked me to be interested in like talking a bit more. And I remember that I started improving because I learned how to rap.
Wow.
Like you go find your favorite rap lyric and you rap it out. Yes. It was like Linkin Park, Okay, I share with you guys something, but y'all don't laugh at me lah. My name Mike, right, is from Mike Shinoda in Linkin Park, So that guy inspired me that much because of his lyrics. And I started rapping, and that's how I kind of get to pronounce words better and faster. And then at the end of the day, you just carry on presenting. I think you guys in the school will be presenting more often, to the point where I don't think you guys will be shy at the end of the day. Let's go for the third question before we move on. Isabel asked, how did you find your style?
Oh, deep. I think right, you really have to explore first. Learn a lot from other mentors. Keep learning. Explore. Do different things in your career path. Try to do a little bit of modern contemporary, industrial, everything. Just try to do, and then slowly, right, you will discover what you love the most. I think also because the love of my colors, right, it's also from experience with kids. So I just discovered that, okay, so colors means a lot. It sparks a lot of emotion and feeling in the space. So to me, right, it's one of the things that I really want to explore deeper and further. Yeah.
I think to share further with them, if you guys look at the current designers or even designers in the history, they are always obsessed about something, or they're always working on something, and then they keep developing that thing, and that's how they develop their style. It's like there is something that they're very obsessed about. Like even like modernism, they're so obsessed with their principles, and then they keep making products based on that principle. So I think you guys should have your own obsession. Yeah, recommend you guys to maybe explore very new materials. Like maybe you all hear things like nanotechnology, or you guys hear like hologram, and then you start going towards that. Maybe you get something out of it. Who knows? Okay, you know what, Cayenne?